We appreciate their willingness and their courtesy and their cooperation, indeed their commitment to making sure that we have an opportunity to dialogue about the issues that matter to Black America, so that we can figure out how we can best navigate ourselves through the madness, through the mess that we are in, and confront the challenges that we face even as we speak. I get the sense sometimes, certainly had the sense around the national elections of last year, that because we live in a world that is so gripped by fear, there are more Americans now than ever, not just Black folk, but more Americans now than ever before who are operating, who are voting, who are really living their lives more out of fear than out of hope. More out of fear than out of hope. But since we are in a church, can I go there right quick? My Bible says that God has not given us a spirit but of love, of power, and of a sound mind. That's what I believe the Black American experience brings to this great country, this place we call America. We said earlier this morning, we say again, that Black folk have always been the conscience of this country, and we are called upon now to first save ourselves, but then, as we have done in times past, sometimes through interposition, sometimes through nullification, sometimes through amendment, sometimes through bus boycotts, sometimes through sit-ins, but we've always been the conscience of this country and have been called on many times, as we are now, to do our part to help redeem the soul of America. And that is why we gather here on this stage, in this place, in this city, during Black History Month, to have a conversation about what kind of uncommon courage and conviction and commitment is going to take for us to make our community better and our country better. I've always believed that when we struggle to make Black America better, when we make Black America better, we make all of America better. That is why we are gathered here today. For some time now, we've been addressing the African American agenda in conversations with many activists and scholars and thought leaders and opinion makers, indeed young leaders in this country. Many of you have joined in that conversation in person, live here on C-SPAN, on radio. Indeed, you've joined this conversation through the grapevine. One of the questions I hear from so 6 years that we have been conducting these conversations History Month are oftentimes, Tavis. So Tavis, where do we go from here? We go from here. Oftentimes, hold on here 1 second. Nate, you can have this one. Yeah, there you go. How about that? All right. I don't look as cute holding this thing, but that's all right. Initially, I confess I did not think we were equipped to go beyond stimulating an important conversation every February. However, the request that we go farther has been insistent, and after a while it began to strike a chord. This year, therefore, I propose that we develop a working document, that we take that next step and talk today about developing a working document, what we are calling a contract with Black America, a blueprint for carrying our agenda forward. I hope we can use this agenda to galvanize our community and to begin to hold public officials and other leaders accountable. There is a difference between electability and accountability. There's a difference between electability and accountability. And so long as we do not understand that critical distinction, as we are volunteers. We're not so much victims as we are volunteers. I ask you today, in Black History Month 2005, are we Black folk victims or are we volunteers?
Join the movement. We are Leviathan. Together we rise.